Welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about one of the very first things discussed in a trigonometry course or late in your geometry courses for those of you that are starting to do a little bit of trigonometry, the branch of math where we start to learn how to find side lengths and angles of a given triangle. So one of the first things that is going to be mentioned to you is the term soh-cah-toa. Soh-cah-toa. Okay, you're going to want to remember that because it's a helpful way to remember which sides of the triangle we want to be using. Now, we're talking sine, cosine, and tangent. Those are the three trigonometric ratios that we're going to be using to determine side lengths or angle measures. Now, sine of angle A, okay? The S stands for sine, the C stands for cosine, the T stands for tangent. Now, what we're going to be doing is talking about three very specific types of sides. This triangle has a hypotenuse. By now, we should all know that the hypotenuse is two ways to think about a hypotenuse. It's either the longest side of the triangle, 6, 8, 10. Well, longest is 10, so there's your hypotenuse. Pretty simple. Or it's the one that's opposite of the right angle. If you always find the right angle and go across, that's always going to be your hypotenuse. The other side that we're going to be talking about is the adjacent side. Adjacent. That means it depends on which angle we're discussing. If we're talking angle A, like we are here, we're focusing right there. Now, angle A is made up of the hypotenuse and of this side right here. Those two sides make the angle. So it's not the hypotenuse, it's the adjacent. 8 would be our adjacent here. And then the last one is the one that's opposite, opposite of the angle. So again, if we're talking about angle A, opposite of that angle is across the triangle. That would be side BC or the value of 6. So we can label each one of these out. Let's go back through it real quick. We've got our hypotenuse, the longest side, which is 10. We've got adjacent, the one that makes up the angle that's not the hypotenuse, 8. And then we have our opposite, which is across the triangle, 6. Now, I want to be told, or I'm trying to figure out what the sine of angle A is. Sine of angle A. So I need to use two of these values. Which two do we need to use? Well, which one of these, soh, cah, or toa, is going to be representing sine? Pretty simple. Why is it simple? Because sine starts with S, soh starts with S. So we want to be using the O and the H. O for opposite, H for hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. We've already listed out our numbers. Opposite is 6, hypotenuse is 10. So our ratio would be 6 over 10 for the sine of angle A. Does that make sense? Good. Try the next one. Cosine starts with the C. Sine, cosine, or tangent. Which one could it be? I wonder. Yes, it's cah. Cah. Starts with the C. Adjacent over hypotenuse. A stands for adjacent. H stands for hypotenuse. So we're going to take 8 adjacent over 10, our hypotenuse. 8 over 10 is our trigonometric ratio for cosine of angle A. And last but not least, my favorite one to say, tangent toa. 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 I love that one. Okay? OA. Opposite over adjacent. The O and the A. So we're going to be taking 6 over 8. Opposite over adjacent. 6 over 8. All right, there are the basics right there. Now, in my next videos, I'm going to be teaching you how do we use these to find, what if I took away that 6? What if I needed to find what that value was? How are we going to determine those things? How are we going to figure those things out? Oh, it gets fun. It gets real fun. So check out my future videos. I'll show you how to find the missing values if you don't have all the side lengths, you don't have all the angle measures, and study hard. Good luck on your upcoming test.